How did
But
it
it's
end?
like, it was weird. I would just say this. It's like you remember when you was a kid?
Yeah.
And you be on a play date,
Yeah.
and y'all like playing and having a good time, and then all of a sudden, y'all like sliding down the slide, and you turn around and you go, where did they go? Where did they go? And you see them like waving at you, and they mama carrying them, and they like, bye. That's what it was. Like, hey, we was playing, we was having fun. Why you stop the fun?
Why do you stop the fun?
I don't know.
All right, things just got real messy in Hollywood. Tiffany Haddish is not holding back anymore. After keeping her cool for months, she's finally letting it all out. And her target? None other than Jennifer Hudson.
Everybody don't need to be in your story. Let them tell it.
So
But he didn't, that was a great relationship.
Rumors about Jennifer and Common expecting a baby have been spreading like wildfire, and it looks like Tiffany has reached her breaking point. The internet is buzzing, fans are divided, and what started as quiet whispers has now turned into a full-blown storm. Because Tiffany isn't just angry, she feels betrayed. The man she once loved, the man who told her he wasn't ready for marriage or kids, is now playing house with someone else. And not just anyone, but a woman she once called a friend.
Is this somebody I would be willing to be a friend with?
Yeah.
Do they entertain me?
Yeah.
Do I feel safe around them?
Yeah.
Like, these are the things that I look for, right? And
Okay.
then what's their hygiene like? Do they smell funny?
Yeah.
Are they nails clean?
Look at the teeth. Check 'em out.
You gotta check them teeth.
Yes,
Is it
yes.
like, you know?
Yeah, okay.
It's a twist that has left fans shocked, confused, and wondering what really happened behind the scenes. But here's the twist. This drama didn't start overnight. The roots of it go years back to when Tiffany and Common's love story began with laughter, hope, and dreams of forever. So before we dive into Tiffany's latest outburst and these new pregnancy rumors, let's rewind a bit, back to where this all began.
Common in this book? Did you put Common in here?
There's a lot of common men in there,
A lot of common men.
but he's not in there.
He's not in there.
No.
How were you?
I've learned,
Yes.
everybody don't need to be in your story. Let them tell it.
So
But he didn't, that was a great relationship. So I hadn't, this is like stuff that went,
yeah. Yeah,
hard
but his was a
times.
good relationship.
That was a good relationship.
Do you care that he's in another relationship with Jennifer Hudson?
No, I love Jennifer. I hope they're
Yeah.
having fun.
Yeah.
That's not girl play.
Back in 2019, Hollywood couldn't stop talking about Tiffany Haddish and Common. The two met on the set of The Kitchen, and what started as on-screen chemistry quickly turned into something real off-camera. Fans adored them. They called them the power couple nobody saw coming. Tiffany was glowing, smiling in every interview, telling the world how happy she finally was. In her own words, Common made her feel seen. He listened to her, supported her, and made her believe that love could be real again. After all the struggles Tiffany had faced, from her rough childhood to building her career from nothing, she finally had someone who seemed to understand her heart. She even said he was the best relationship she'd ever been in. But as time went on, that picture-perfect love started to crack. Tiffany wanted something lasting: marriage, kids, a family. Common, on the other hand, wasn't on the same page. Whenever the topic of settling down came up, he'd change the subject. He told her he wasn't ready, that he didn't see himself getting married or having children anytime soon. To Tiffany, that hurt. She was open about wanting stability, a real partner to build a life with. And when Common didn't seem to want the same thing, the relationship slowly began to fade. By late 2021, it was over. Tiffany tried to stay graceful, but it was clear she was heartbroken. She hinted that Common wasn't fully honest about the reasons for their breakup, even suggesting there might have been someone else in the picture before things officially ended. At the time, most people brushed it off as just heartbreak talk. But looking back now, her words hit differently. Because not long after their breakup, Jennifer Hudson entered the story, and everything flipped upside down. It all started quietly. Common and Jennifer had known each other for years, but they reconnected while working on the film Breathe in 2022. What was supposed to be a professional project suddenly turned into something much more. They started being seen together, first at events, then out for dinner, and before long, it became obvious that something was going on. At first, they denied it. They said they were just friends, colleagues, nothing more. But fans didn't buy it. The chemistry between them was undeniable. And then came the confirmation. Common and Jennifer were officially a couple. What shocked fans most wasn't the relationship itself, but how different Common seemed this time around. The same man who once avoided questions about marriage was suddenly calling Jennifer the one. In interviews, he gushed about her, saying things like, "If I ever get married, it'll be to her." Those words hit Tiffany hard. The man who told her he wasn't ready for commitment was now acting like a hopeless romantic with someone else. It was like a punch to the gut. And from there, Tiffany's silence started to crack. Tiffany Haddish has never been the kind of woman to bite her tongue, and when she saw headlines about Common and Jennifer's growing relationship, she couldn't hold back. At first, her comments were subtle, a few cryptic posts, some spicy jokes during interviews. She never mentioned Jennifer or Common directly, but the timing said it all. In one interview, Tiffany said, "It's funny how people smile in your face and pretend to be your friend until they want what you have." Fans immediately took that as a shot at Jennifer. And it didn't stop there. Tiffany began liking posts online that shaded Common's new relationship. One post read, "Some people can't build their own happiness, so they steal someone else's." Another said, "When he said he didn't want marriage, he just didn't want it with you." Those small actions spoke volumes. Tiffany might not have said Jennifer's name, but everyone knew who she was talking about. Then, when rumors started swirling that Jennifer might be pregnant, Tiffany's frustration boiled over completely. The first whispers of a possible pregnancy came when Jennifer appeared at a red carpet event in a loose-fitting outfit. Fans noticed her midsection looked different and immediately started speculating. Insiders claimed she'd been taking time off projects and spending more time at home with Common. At first, neither Jennifer nor Common addressed the rumors, but the silence only fueled them more. Soon, talk shows and gossip pages were asking the same question: is Jennifer Hudson expecting Common's baby? And that's when Tiffany's latest meltdown happened. In a recent comedy set, Tiffany allegedly threw shade that had the whole internet talking. She said, "It's funny when people say they're not ready for kids, but suddenly they out here building cribs with somebody else." The crowd gasped. It was clear who she was referring to. Social media exploded. Fans took sides. Some felt bad for Tiffany, saying she had every right to feel hurt. Others said she needed to move on and stop holding on to the past. But deep down, anyone who's ever loved someone and felt replaced could understand her pain. It wasn't just about Common or Jennifer. It was about the emotional whiplash, watching the person you once dreamed of forever with suddenly living that dream with someone else. Tiffany's words weren't just bitter. They came from heartbreak. Behind the jokes and the confidence, Tiffany Haddish has always been a woman who wears her heart on her sleeve. She's been open about growing up in foster care, about struggling to find love and stability. So when she thought she found her person in Common, it meant everything to her. To see that same man now showing the kind of affection and commitment she always wanted, just with another woman, feels like betrayal in its deepest form. And then there's the friendship factor. Jennifer and Tiffany were never best friends, but they moved in the same circles. They laughed together at industry events, supported each other's work, and seemed to share mutual respect. That's what makes this sting even more. It's not just heartbreak, it's the feeling of being replaced by someone who was once part of your professional world, someone who knew your story. For Tiffany, it's a mix of love lost and loyalty broken, and that's why her emotions keep spilling out publicly, through interviews, stand-up sets, and cryptic posts. But the bigger question is, does she still love Common, or is this just about closure? While Tiffany battles her emotions, Common and Jennifer seem to be living their best life. They've been spotted traveling, attending events together, and even spending holidays as a blended family. Common has met Jennifer's son, and insiders say he's been incredibly supportive. For Jennifer, this could be her second chance at love. After years of focusing on her career and raising her child, she's finally letting someone in again. And from the outside looking in, she and Common seem genuinely happy. But to fans, it's hard to ignore how different Common is now. The man who once hesitated to commit suddenly looks ready to settle down. He talks about peace, maturity, and finding balance, all the things Tiffany wanted from him. So people can't help but ask, did Common really change? Or did he just find someone new to change for? As for Tiffany, her story is far from over. She's using her pain as fuel. Her career is still thriving. She's back on stage, back on screen, and pouring her energy into her craft. But that doesn't mean the heartbreak is gone. Every time her name trends next to Common's, those old wounds reopen. Every new headline about Jennifer and Common's next step reminds her of what she lost. But maybe, just maybe, this is the turning point. Tiffany has always been known for turning pain into power, for laughing through the tears and finding light in the darkest moments. And this might be her chance to do that again. If she can let go of the past, stop comparing her story to Jennifer's, and focus on her own happiness, she might finally find the peace she's been searching for. Because at the end of the day, love isn't about who wins or loses. It's about growth, timing, and truth. And sometimes, the people who hurt us the most end up teaching us the hardest but most valuable lessons. Still, fans are split. Some say Tiffany's reaction is justified, that it's not easy to see your ex give someone else the life he promised you. Others say it's time for her to stop throwing shade and start healing. Either way, one thing's for sure, Tiffany Haddish's story has become a mirror for anyone who's ever been blindsided by love. She loved deeply, she got hurt publicly, and now she's trying to make sense of it all while the world watches. And as Jennifer and Common's rumored baby news continues to make headlines, Tiffany's every move is under a microscope. Whether she speaks out again or decides to finally move on, fans will be watching closely. This whole situation is messy, emotional, and painfully human. A story about love, loss, and what happens when timing breaks two people apart. Tiffany once believed Common was her forever. Now she's forced to watch him build that forever with someone else. But maybe that's the lesson here. Sometimes the people we love aren't meant to stay. They're meant to teach us, challenge us, and push us toward becoming who we're meant to be. So while Jennifer Hudson and Common might be preparing for a new chapter together, Tiffany Haddish is writing her own, one built on strength, self-love, and letting go. Because in the end, no matter how loud the gossip gets, the real power comes from moving on and shining even brighter after the storm. So what do you think? Is Tiffany justified in her anger, or should she finally close that chapter and focus on herself? Do you believe the pregnancy rumors, or is this all just Hollywood talk? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget, there's always more to the story than what we see on the surface. Stay tuned, because this drama, it's far from over.